The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
And so we've had a few performances. I don't think I've ever heard sound coming through my headphones from a live performance like we just heard.
That was incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And so much of that is dedicated to the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Karina, Alex, Adam, and who was mixing it? There's like you have your own mixer.
Dan is mixing it.
Jeez.
Wow.
We came with a full entourage this morning. I'm like full diva now.
You are full diva.
Wait, is that because you're on Vanity Fair's 2018 Best Dress list?
It is. That was the final straw.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, and I'm pretty good at this. You're wearing a Valentino jacket.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, I know. And
how did you know that?
Because
you just know.
I know.
Wow.
I don't dress up for work.
No.
We wake up in the middle of the night.
Oh, those are cute. What are they?
My D squared shoes.
Love that.
Last year. Anyway, last season. I will tell you, these are last season.
You too.
And so you know what? This album is so great. You deserve this season. I should have worn next season for you because you.
Yeah.
Do you go to any fashion shows this week or no?
No, you know what? I always feel like a tool at fashion shows because they sit us up front. I don't know what to do.
I think everyone feels like a tool at fashion shows always.
What do you? Am I supposed to take notes? I see people like writing things down when some lady with a fishbowl on her head walks down. Like what the hell?
No, I feel like whenever I do any sort of work in fashion, it's like exactly how people think it is. Like, it literally is like The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Everyone's way nicer, I think, than you'd think. But, like, the vibe and the way that people speak and everything like that, and, like, the decisions that you have to make, like, a decision over a nail color will feel like the end of the world. And it's like, it's either, like, super major or it's an absolute disaster. Like, there's no in between, you know what I mean? It feels like... It's like a crazy.
It's a show of absolutes. Yeah. Have you ever done fashion shows in Paris or Milan?
I walked in a show in Paris.
Of course you did.
Once, a while ago.
Did you trip and fall? Like I always hope they fall. I don't know.
No,
it's so rude.
No.
Thankfully,
I do.
I was wearing like shoes with quite a heel on them, and that was really scary. I thought I was going to fall, but I was fine.
Let's talk about the music. Of course, we were talking about the sound, what it was all about sonically in our headphones when you were performing those songs a few moments ago. But when you look at the lyrics, when you look at the energy that goes behind the songs on this album, Bloom, it's very fascinating. And as we know, look, if we want to learn more about the truth of an artist and where they are in their life, just read their lyrics. You don't have to talk to them.
Right.
And so when you come out with a song like Animal, which to me, Animal, I think Animal. But it was like a sexy song about using the animal as its target. But what is that song about in your words? I want to hear your explanation.
I think that song was like, the goal with that song was to try and capture. I just was feeling ways that I'd never felt before, in that I feel like I had found something in a relationship that I just like so desperately wanted to hold on to, you know what I mean? And was like talking about in the studio, because I write with some of my best friends, and I feel like it helps so much because they already know exactly like all of my drama, everything that's going on in my life. And so it makes it a lot easier to be open and talk about everything. And you know, we would just be kind of chatting in the studio, and then like a lyric like, I want you all to myself, don't leave none for nobody else will you know, come out. And it's exciting when you feel like you're kind of capturing the exact kind of way that you're feeling. It's like this fiery passion that you kind of just want to feel special, and you want to savor it and just like kind of keep it this little thing between the two of you, you know. And so then I talk about it publicly.
So
about it.
You put it on an album.
Yep.
This is a moment between the two of us, but I want hundreds of millions of people to hear it.
Yeah. Do all the people you wrote about know it's about them?
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you told them, or could they just guess?
They could. I mean, actually, there is one song on the album that that I'm not sure the person. I don't think they would know about it. But then, yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'd feel like such an ass if I called my old friend and said, "Hey, I heard your album. I can't believe you wrote that song about me." That was.
Well, that's the thing, is that no one's like brave enough to ask, is that about me?
I know,
you
because
I mean?
if it's not, they're like, never mind. So
yeah.
Well, several things we need to talk about. Not only how we need to get Bloom moving up past, what's his name? Eminem. To number 1 on iTunes, which who cares if it's number 2 or number 200? Does that really matter to you that much?
I swear, and I don't want this to be demotivating to anyone because I still want you to buy my album 100%.
Right.
But I literally haven't checked like charts.
Oh, it's number 2,
like
by
that.
the way.
That's insane. Yeah, like I just, for me, the thing that was important, and I feel kind of like ashamed to say it because I would ideally not care about any of this stuff. But when I started getting the reviews, that mattered to me. You know what I mean? I was excited to know what people thought and people that I respect thought of it. And the number one most important thing is what my audience thinks. You know what I mean? So I spend a lot of time on Twitter reading that stuff.
Do you?
A lot.
I know, but you can also read negative things. How do you process those things?
I mean, like, I've been online for probably like 12 or 13 years or something like that now. And so I'm really used to online chatter and banter and stuff like that. And I know that there are people who are just trying to rile you up sometimes. And I kind of feel like I'm pretty good at letting stuff go in the one ear and out the other.
Maybe we can learn that from him because we're not good at that.
No.
Not at all. By the way, someone that you work with at the label describes you as the hardest working and least complaining artist they've ever worked with.
Aw. That's nice.
Well, I wonder, not wanting to put you on the spot, but where do you think that comes from? Why do people have such a high regard for you as a person and a person they work with? What is it you think you're doing right? I know this is a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, that's really hard.
What is it you're doing right that make people really love working with you?
I don't know. I mean, I really love my job, which I think helps a lot, you know? I feel very, very lucky to be doing what I'm doing. And then as well, I think, you know, just like I come from a completely different world than the one that I'm in now, you know, grew up in Australia, just like super normal, tight-knit family. And I'm well aware that like I could kind of just be at university, you know what I mean, in Australia, and that would be totally cool too. But like, I just feel really, really grateful. And so it's like, why not just like make this really easy and fun for everyone? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because I'm having a good time. So should they.
That's probably the worst question you could ever be asked. Like, what makes you so fabulous?
Right. Why are you so great?
And, you know, and if someone answers quickly, they're a bunch of a-holes.
Yeah, completely.
All right, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, here's enough about me. What do you think about me? I've got Sean on the line. Hi, Sean. Say good morning to Troye Sivan.
Good morning, Troye Sivan.
Good morning. For a second, I thought you were going to be my dad, because that's my dad's name.
This is your dad, Sean.
Good morning, Dad.
Sean, what did you want to talk to Troye about?
Well, I just want to let him know. I had met him at before the Pride this year in Pittsburgh, and at a restaurant up there.
Yeah.
And he was nice enough to get a picture. And
Nice.
it was me and my partner's first Pride that we had been to. We've been together for 7.5 years.
Wow.
And we are getting married October, and we're going to use Animal for our first dance.
No, you're not. I just got full body chills. I'm not kidding. That is so crazy and sweet. Congratulations. Mazel tov.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Wow,
No
Animal
worries.
is your first dance. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we had been waiting for some type of song that, you know, all these songs by male artists are, hey girl, hey girl. So we were waiting for something that, you know, worked, and Animal is perfect.
Troye, you could come up with a song that says, hey girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a universal term. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
What date is the wedding? You got to come to a show. I want to meet you guys.
Oh, we
again.
would love to come to the show.
Your wedding is in October. And so are you traveling?
I'm on tour in October.
Are you really? Where are you going to be in October? Go.
Oh my God, like 30 places. I don't know. But
No, I need cities now.
Yeah.
Addresses.
No, but come to a show. That'll be awesome. And congrats again.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
I tell you what, we're going to put you on hold and get some information from you, Sean. And if by chance you are anywhere near Troye Sivan when he's in your anytime you can go, we will find a way to get you to a show. Okay?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Look, I could be your assistant.
Yeah, please.
Look at that. I'm so organized. Hold on one second.
Oh, yeah, you're so organized.
I don't even know why we're here. Who are you people? That is fantastic. And, you know what? So obviously he and his partner heard a song that kind of hit him upside the head.
Yeah.
And here's the song. When you were growing up or of recent days, Is there a song that sort of hit you upside the head that made you go, wait a minute, this is going to shift my life into a different direction?
Yeah. The only one that I can really think of that I was like super conscious of was Miley Cyrus did this song called My Heart Beats for Love.
Yeah.
And it was at I think it's a cover maybe, but regardless, it was at like the height of Hannah Montana fame. And so she was like still this kind of like Disney sort of girl. But she came out in an interview and she was like, well, yeah, my best friend is gay. And so I dedicate the song to my best friend. And I, at the time, thought I had a crush on Miley Cyrus. And then I was like, wait a second, maybe I just want to be Miley Cyrus's gay best friend.
Yeah.
And the song, the fact that she was like sweet enough to, like dedicate that song to her friend, it made me feel so like seen and visible and everything like that. And so then for months afterwards, anytime I was like, in my room, like watching coming out videos and stuff like that, trying to like muster up the courage to do it myself, I would put on that song. And yeah, so it's just like a really random album cut from Miley Cyrus from a couple years ago.
Miley calls me her second favorite gay uncle.
Yeah.
Aw, who's that first?
Her gay uncle.
Oh, she's got a real one? Okay, cool.
When we were talking to you earlier, you also said a major song that influenced you was Like a Prayer.
Yes.
Madonna.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you hear this, listen to it for a second.
Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my
What does it make you think of? Like, what does this open up in your head when you hear this song?
So I imagine my old Windows computer that we had, like a big computer, desktop computer, and I figured out how to use Windows Media Player and had LimeWire and illegally downloaded this song. And then I would just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And we had this humongous playroom in my old house that I like grew up in as a kid that was just like empty with toys or whatever, like on the floor. And I would just run in circles and like sing this song over and over and over
Can you
again.
dance around to it?
I did back in the day. I wouldn't anymore. I mean, maybe if I was like alone, but yeah.
You know what? Okay, clear the furniture. Troy's going to run around to Like a Prayer.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? But it's sort of an old conversation, yet a very valid one. What these songs in our lives do for us. They're permanently tattooed on our hearts and our brains, and they leave such deep footprints.
Yep.
This song means totally different stuff to all of us,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
I remember when that video got banned, remember?
Oh, yeah. Like a Prayer.
Yeah.
It was so controversial.
Crazy.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
ridiculous.
because it has that gospel quality
Yeah.
to it. And it's Madonna. Hello.
I saw her sing this live, and it was like bananas.
Right. What was the best concert you remember ever seeing? A concert that changed your life?
Ooh. I saw. Do you know Perfume Genius?
I've heard of Perfume Genius.
He's an incredible artist. He's also queer, and I saw him at Coachella, and it was so crazy. He came out and he like looked so nervous and kind of like kept his head down and stuff like that, and started this really, really soft song, and I was like, oh god, he's like super nervous because it's Coachella or whatever. And then on this one like huge hit in the song where the guitars and drums all came in, he like threw himself back into this like bend back thing and exuded like this incredible confidence. And I was like, oh my God, I just got like duped by this guy. He just like played me as a performer. And it was so inspiring to watch how like much kind of self-control he had. He had literally the entire audience in like the palm of his hand the entire show.
Isn't that fantastic?
Wow.
It was so great.
When a performance is happening in front of your eyes, you can see, well, they choreographed this. They told them to turn on the blue lights and the white lights, and then they said play this note. But when you see a person, a performer, an artist up there doing what they're doing and they can't control, they really aren't controlling what they're doing because it's so natural. It just happens like a volcano erupting.
Yeah.
That is a performance. I love stuff like that.
No, it was really great.
You know, you sounded so awesome earlier. Do you know how great it sounds when you're performing? Like,
No.
you don't hear the mix when you're singing, do you?
No, I do in my ears, but then as well, I don't listen to my performances like almost ever afterwards.
This was on our
Is this
show.
now?
Yeah,
Yeah, see, I would not listen to this.
that was 15 minutes ago.
I mean, I'm happy with it. Like,
You
it
sound
sounds
good?
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm happy.
come on, Troy. You can
But-
say I sound really effing
No,
awesome
I'm
here.
super, super happy with it, but I just like, I start to sweat and get really nervous all
Really?
over again.
Listen. That was here.
No, it sounds really, really cool.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, it sounds really cool.
There you go. Troy, he really wants to say, God, I'm so awesome.
It's still amazing to me how you lose your accent when you sing. I think, how does that happen?
Really?
You know, let British people lose their accent when they sing.
Well, he's not British.
Or Australian people, or whoever has an accent. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think, like, I can't imagine. I feel like it would feel really forced if I sang with an Australian accent. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but you lose your Bronx accent when you sing.
I guess,
Because
but...
when she's not singing, she's like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, there's one more thing I want to talk to you about before we have to once again get you to number one. Boy Erased, the film with Nicole Kidman and some great actors, coming out in November. It's a story that's so relevant in the times, which is it's a beautifully told story. I want to see it. You want to tell everyone what it's about?
Yeah, sure. So it's based off of a memoir from this guy, Garrett Conley, who was sent to a conversion therapy camp when he was a teenager. Basically, when he came out to his parents as gay, they wanted to try and turn him straight. And so he went to one of these conversion therapy camps and thankfully made it out the other side and survived and wrote a memoir about his experience. And now we've turned it into a movie and stars Lucas Hedges and Nicole Kidman and Russell Crowe, Joel Edgerton, myself. And I am seeing the movie for the first time next week, but I just could not be prouder to be a part of the project. I think it's going to be a super important story to tell. And I'm just really excited about it.
You know what? I'm seeing similarities between everything you're doing, and that is the common arching theme is pieces of importance, things you're doing, the messaging and everything you do on your album. Then you a film like Boy Erased. These are not just like, oh, okay, here's another album.
Right.
Oh, no, here's a little film. These are very, very, very incredible pieces of work that have important messages, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Look, get out of here. Go.
Okay.
Do we want to mention his hair?
His hair is fabulous.
I know, but the Amelia Clark story.
What happened?
Well, Daniel's afraid that, if you process your hair too much, it may fall out.
So you know Amelia Clark, who was in Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
She just put out a whole thing saying that because she kept bleaching her hair so much, it was falling out. She had to cut it really, really, really short because it got damaged. Your hair looks fabulous. I just want you to be careful.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so couple things. I am doing Olaplex at home.
Yes, Olaplex is the best thing.
It's the best thing
Okay,
ever.
good.
Changed my life.
Good.
And also, I have plans eventually to let this grow out.
Okay.
And maybe when I'm in between albums or something like that, I'll just be at home with brown hair and then dye it before we're ready to go again.
Are we really ending an interview like
Yes,
that?
I have. I'm looking
Sorry,
out for
just
him.
like with my hair
I
routine.
am looking out for him.
Good thing we
I
got to the
appreciate it.
important stuff. Oh, no, she's been talking about it all morning.
But Olaplex
really?
is amazing
It's
stuff.
so good.
It really is.
The album is Bloom, and I'm not going to be happy until every person listening to us right now has it. So make sure you find it, and you make sure you listen to it a lot because it's very important stuff. Troye Sivan, you always have a home with us. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
out.
so much for having me
You know
always.
who says hello? Alessia Cara. She was here yesterday.
No way. Awesome.
The chair still smells like her.
It does actually. I thought that when I walked in. It's like perfume though, like nice smell.
Okay, stop sniffing the chair.
Yeah, sorry.
It's one of my things. All right, Troye Sivan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Twitter.